All right, this is going to be the beginning of a video. I'm just going to put a bunch of clips together. I was working on a project behind me on my other bench, and it didn't work out, but I'm going to upload it anyway. Now, today is Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. I won't be here Monday. I've got this knife sanded up on one side, and when I come back, I'll sand this side. It's just 180. I mean, 150 actually. I've got a long way to go. But this is the Texas Rumble that is not spoken for, but I've got, long way to go before it's done. So Tuesday, I'm a Survivor and Thriver's knife in my tempering oven. And Tuesday, I will clean that up. Put the desert ironwood handles on it. That's what I've been hearing right there. A horsefly. Big old horsefly. So, okay. I'm just gonna throw some clips in here, and just because I was not successful with this other thing I was trying to do, you'll see. Have a good Monday, y'all, and see you Tuesday. Very old Schumacher battery charger, MS9909 model number, on charge. This was in the garage of this place when I bought it, and I know it did work because there was also a pickup truck in the garage when I bought it. No title, no nothing. I sold it for a few $100. And this charged the battery. So, a couple of years ago it was working. I'm going to take it apart and see if there's something obvious. Boy, this is seeing some better days here. The electricity comes in here. One leg goes to the transformer, and the other leg goes to this switch, which determines whether it's 6 volt or 12 volt, and 12 volt at 2 amps or 12 volt at 6 amps. Well, I thought the easiest thing would be is if this switch is, maybe got so much tarnish and corrosion in it, but it doesn't. And the way I know that is because I put it on all three. What I did was run this back and forth. I sprayed a little contact cleaner in there, looked in there with a flashlight, and then I did something highly scientific because I plugged it in and then went like this to see if there was any spark, and there was no spark. So now I suspect that this is some kind of a breaker or something, and I'm going to take it out and see if it's got any numbers on it that I can Google. Yeah, let me finish that. So the power comes into the transformer and comes out here, and this is the charging meter, and these wires are the wires that get hooked to the battery. So I don't think that the problem is on this end. I think it's on this end, and the only thing I can see is this, or I do not know what this black bar is. Maybe that is some kind of a big fuse. I don't know. I'll know in a minute. Well, this is what came out of here, and it looks like it's operating normally. I suspect that what happens is if this thing gets hot and starts overcharging or whatever, this thing flexes and does this. It's not making really solid contact, so I don't know. So my next thing is I'm going to look at this here and see what it looks like. I can't tell what it is, but it's going to be, I got to get some needle nose pliers to pull them terminals off. Okay, now this is just a whole bunch of me guessing. I'm thinking that one of these prongs is for 6 volt and the other is for 12 volt. And depending on where this switch is on the front, right here, depends on which side of this the electricity gets sent through, because they're both connected to this. They both make contact. I'll show you what it looks like. You just, I'll just open it up a little bit. That is metal and it makes contact with this. Both sides do. So this is the common conductor between left and right. So they have to both be positive or negative, but it's one side or the other. So they're making good contact. They're actually spring loaded. Right here is a spring. So I think what I'm going to try is just sand this little contact right here between these 2 points. Just give it a little, touch up with some sandpaper and see if that doesn't make a difference. It's so almost not touching. Huh. I might just give it a tiny little bend if I can. This is some spring steel here, and this type of steel is highly affected by temperature. Who knows? Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take some sandpaper and sand them contacts off a little bit, see if that makes any difference. Well, I'm gonna put it back together and see if that doesn't do it. If not, I don't know if I want to mess with this or not. They're making contact. I can see that. And it's actually a really hard contact. So I don't think I should mess with that. I think that's okay. So I'm going to put this back together and see if we got any juicy juice coming out the other end there. All right, that's back together. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to go ahead and bolt it back together and take it out to my other shop and hook it up to a battery and see what we got. Well, I didn't go to my shop, my other shop. What I did was take this off and put it here, and I did the old-fashioned that number, see if you get any spark, you know. Nothing. So I took these two off and I connected them directly. Tried it again, nothing. So I've looked real close at the transformer here. I don't see anything burned. It doesn't smell funny. So I have two suspicions, basically. Something in here is wrong, or something in here is wrong. And without my tester, I do have a tester out in my other shop, but I don't feel like going out there right now. Right now I'm making knives. So I am going to take this here back apart and have a look at it really good to make sure everything's making contact and put it back together. And if I don't see something obvious here, then I would just use my tester and see if I got electricity on this side. If I have electricity on this side, like say, I don't know yet. I'll figure it out, or not. Okay, I still haven't quit, just because I'm curious. This is where the electricity comes in, okay? One leg of the electricity, of course, is ground. That's the green. The other leg goes to this switch, and then the other leg goes right here. So you have a hot coming in, and then depending on where the switch is, if you want 6 amps, which is on this end, or 2 amps, which is in the middle, I'm sorry, yeah, or 6 volts, which I think may be this, then it sends the electricity to whichever leg is going to give that amount of amperage or voltage. This is just me guessing and looking at stuff. I'm no expert. I just enjoy taking stuff apart. And y'all know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But sometimes you can just look up. Now I have taken this off and looked at it to be sure that this wire is not broken inside there, and it appears good. I've wiggled this around. This wire seems to be making a good connection. But until I get my meter, I won't know for sure. My next logical assumption, my next logical guess would be the switch is bad. I honestly don't think the transformer is bad because there's nothing black. Maybe I have a bad wire. I don't know. The thing to do would be to take the wire off and test each end to see if there's resistance or you know, if the wire's not broken. I don't know. Without the meter, I won't know. The first thing to do is, who knows? Maybe the cord is screwed up. I mean, that's not beyond the realm of possibility. So the first thing I would do is make sure I got power 120 coming in to this and this. That would explain a lot. If that, I mean, that would be too simple. And most likely, if there was a disconnect, it would be in the plug end of it. But we'll see. I'll get my meter out here and I'll tinker with this tomorrow. Okay, it is Sunday morning. I'm up to 400. I'm switching over to 600, and I will have this heat treated and in the tempering oven before the day's out. But I got to stop, and I got to walk up there to my solar oven, way up there, and adjust it, because I'm cooking brats, and early in the morning like this, the sun changes really fast, and I gotta re-aim it multiple times in the morning. So I'm gonna walk up there. First, I'm gonna go to my garage. I'm gonna get my multimeter for my little project over here, which will be a separate video. And I gotta bring it to the house and put batteries in it, because I know I haven't used it in such a long time. I'm going to have to do two things. Read the instructions, because honestly, I have not used a meter often enough to remember how they work. And two, I'll have to get batteries for it. And then after I get this heat treated in the tempering oven, then I'm going to do a little testing on that and to see if I can locate the battery charger behind me that I'm working on. Quit working, and it was working last year. So somehow, just sitting up, it stopped working, and I don't know where. And I'll find it. I'll figure it out. So we're going to go adjust that solar oven and get some batteries. We'll be back.